All right, welcome back. Today we are going to talk about this FellHoelter collaboration pen with Captain Axel. This is called the Uber Dragon. FellHoelter made the pen and sent it off to Captain Axel, who then did all the finishing and whatnot. And my friend Guri bought it from FellHoelter. So yeah, kind of cool. Now, it's a titanium tie bolt pen, and pretty much anything that can be made out of titanium is titanium. I think basically the O-ring that is in here and the ink cartridge are pretty much the only things that are not made out of titanium, which I think is pretty cool. Now, FellHoelter, even on his website, says he doesn't make anything that anybody needs. Yes, we all need a pen. Yes, we all need a knife. Yes, we all need things, right? But this Bic stick, this Papermate pen, would suffice for most everybody's normal needs. And these are pennies on the dollar. These, I don't know what this exact one cost, but they are in the $200 to $300 and up range for these crazy pens. I carry a Tactile Turn pen. This one is also in titanium. I actually carry mostly my zirconium version of this, but since we're talking about a titanium pen, I figured I would pull the titanium version out. It's a really cool pen. This is the Uber Dragon, they call it. It has the dragon scales all around the barrel of the pen. And Guri asked specifically for dragon scales on the clip rather than just a plain milled clip, which I think was the right call. I think this looks really good with the clip that kind of matches. I think it would have looked off if it didn't have the milling in the clip. That's just me. It is a bolt action pen, so you pull it down, move it over, and now the ink is out, ready to write, and then just a quick snap, and it's back home with the ink retracted. These things have a really good feel to them. There's a good weight balance. This one weighs in at 1.4 ounces versus the 1.2 ounces of that one. Basically the same size. It's just milling and whatnot. Slight variation. So this is normal pen size at 5.5 inches long, and it's 0.43 in diameter. Now, a couple of differences between the two. Cost, this one's in that $200 to $300 range. These are just under $100 in the titanium. My zirconium one was a little more in the $300 range. The Tactile Turn does carry a little deeper, as you can see by the pocket clip. So this one does ride out of your pocket just a little bit more, which might be a good thing. If you're wearing this in a dress shirt pocket, you might want just a little bit more of the good stuff sticking out. This one, you're going to have just that little cap kind of thing. So I kind of like that. I carry mine in my back pocket, so I prefer the deeper carry just because it doesn't stick out of my pocket as much. You'll also notice that the bolt is a little bit a little taller on the FellHoelter, where it's a little bit more recessed, if you will. Not a recess, it's just a shorter bolt action here than there. They're both relatively easy to deploy. They are different in their shape of their deployment, but they both work really well. Now, this takes a Pilot ink cartridge, whereas the FellHoelter, what's in here today, I don't know if they take other ones or not, is a Schmidt Easy Flow made in Germany. It writes really, really well. Let me grab my notebook here, turn the page to a blank page, zoom out a little bit so you can see my incredibly terrible penmanship. But thank you for watching. This thing flows really well. It writes really well. It just feels really, really good in the hand. So if I go over here to the Tactile Turn, very same looking writing. This one doesn't flow as well. I like this ink cartridge way, way better, actually. It's very similar color and whatnot. If we zoom in a little bit here so you can just see the difference. Yeah, I don't know. I think they're cool. Now, do we need a pen like this? No. But we are crazy collectors of shiny things. And our titanium pens go very well with our titanium framed knives and watches and all these other things. So it's just one more accessory, like a male accessory. Not that the women can't have pens, but the women usually have earrings and jewelry and necklaces and bracelets and rings and all of that, where guys have all of that too, but not as an extreme as usual. So what we have fancy knives, fancy watches, fancy flashlights, fancy pens. So yeah, I just think they're cool. So anyway, there you go. I'm going to wrap it up pretty short. I could ramble on and on, but nobody wants to hear that. So there you go. Guri, thank you so much for sending this in. It's been a pleasure to check out a FellHoelter. I have handled them before. My buddy Eric has one. So I have handled his, but haven't really spent a lot of time with FellHoelter. Hopefully, I don't need to feel like I need one now. I'm pretty good with the Tactile Turn pens. I think that's going to be like kind of my upper limit at this point, but you never know what the future will hold. Thanks a lot, guys.